Yeah, that's off the dome. Yeah. I never let nobody with no motion try to hold me. I'm an OG, and that's the old me. The way I'm sitting nowadays, the money stacked 9 ways. I'm sipping on a latte. Why they all call me bougie? I don't want no prayers from no haters. Probably waiting on my downfall. Mad that we made it in my wins on time. Why you trying to delay it? And they say it's authentic, but they wins look plated. They fake though, and I need all my cheese. Queso, provolone, to get all of my dogs out the trap like Home Alone. And Creed said I'm locked in. I really got no options. Standing on business, I need mines off the top then. Let them go ahead and count us all out. We just running up the numbers, watch us hit another level. Hey, can't hold me back. Put the city on the map, boy, how you love that? Boy, they thought that I was playing, but I hit another level. About to hit another level, had to hit another level. Hey, hit another level. Finna hit another level, gotta hit another level. Hit another level. About to hit another level, had to hit another level. Hey, hit another level. Finna hit another level. Hey, hit another level. Hit another half meal, mixing bass and treble. Locking up the game like a Rico when it's federal. Locked on my target, it's a rap if I aim at you. You rather me pray with you. Hood, please pay attention like hood. Focus on your mission like you should. If you had some vision, then you could, but you don't, so you won't. And you chasing that life, that's good, brother. Hold up, I need mine, please. You can't hold me. I'ma go ahead and hit another level. Go ahead and count us all out. We just running up the numbers, watch us hit another level. Hey, can't hold me back. Put the city on the map, boy. How you love that? Boy, they thought that I was playing, but I hit another level. About to hit another level, had to hit another level. Hey, hit another level. Finna hit another level, gotta hit another level. Hit another level. About to hit another level, had to hit another level. Hey, hit another level. Finna hit another level. Hey, hit another level.
Folks, and it's a very even start from the entire field.
There's a freight train forming behind him right now. He will be as nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. I can give you the hot tip. Sideways as a bishop on a chessboard. That was incredible car control. is going to be hitting the showers early tonight, I'll tell you what.
Crosses the line for P1. Brilliant racing. Absolutely sensational stuff.
This is heart pounding. This is nerves rising. This is sensational TV.
Oh, yes, indeedy. Dirt disciples, clay connoisseurs, and sideways savants, sweep the soil off your soul and brace the neck muscles, because tonight we are going full dirt, full noise, and full commitment here at Sensational TV. Welcome to the Dick Slaps and Tallywhacks Racing League, where finesse is optional and bravery is compulsory. First up tonight, it's the UMP Modifieds at Lucas Oil Speedway. Cars so aggressive they enter the corner before the drivers finish thinking about it. Front left pouring in the air. Right rear digging for Australia. And every lap a rolling debate between throttle and sanity. Then following that, we will roll straight into the Crate Lates over at Eldora Speedway, the Cathedral of Clay, where the groove moves faster than your confidence, and the cushion will either crown you king or launch you into low Earth orbit. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be calling all the action here tonight on your screens. My name is Chris Munro. Zach O'Reilly is not in the box. Forgot to update that, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. But it's good to be back here in the racing box here, as these guys are just finishing off their qualifying sessions. Looks like Tyler Worley is out there, the man to beat tonight. But we'll see when we go racing, because we're going to have some heat races then, the 40 lap feature race tonight. Let's check out the driver standings, folks. Watson is in the lead after getting the advantage in the Fowles 100 last week over his compatriot Tyler Worley there sitting in second position. Then it's a busy little section here for third, fourth and fifth between Lane, Daniels and Rainey, all sitting very close to each other indeed. You could probably chuck Reinerson and Dalton into that as well. It's very tight going all the way down the field. We've got Slambo in 8th position, Lucas Hines in 9th, Gum, Watson, Keane, Nicholas, Wagner, Bland, Bell, Rainey, Bennett, Brown, Boom Boom Brown down there in 19th. More and nicely finishing off the driver standings there. And we're straight into it, ladies and gentlemen. Straight into the first of the heats tonight. Excuse me very much. Off the front row, we got Annette Moore. Next to her, I assume, is Lucas Hines. Then we've got Robert Rainey and Worley off the second row. Then at the back, Nicholas and Jacob Bland ending out the field there. Be good to see around Lucas Oil. These cars, we missed out on the UMPs last week, folks. It was all Crate Lates, but this time we're back in the hot seat and ready for racing action. Annette Moore in the 4 car, holding the pace. Waiting for this truck to spill into the infield, and then we will be off racing for the first time this evening. Let us know in the chat where you're all tuning in from. It's a big night of racing ahead. That is for sure. It's going to be action-packed, don't you worry about that. As we pace around for one last time, the truck goes shooting off the berm there, and we're just about ready for some green light racing, folks. Hold on to your hats. And we're green now. Annette Moore just kept them waiting for more and more. And she goes green light racing here. The 4 takes the lead in the race so far. Then behind them, we've got Lucas Hines sliding up on the inside. Where's the 69 of Worley? Oh, just narrowly missing contact there with the car of Rainey going down the circuit to the low line. And then Worley slips it back out to the top of the circuit now. Side by side there, looking up the inside. Very tight racing between those two guys at the bottom of the field there. Crazy stuff there. And the 01 of Kenny Nicholas sliding his way into contention as well. But a bit of bustling and jostling battling there in the mid-pack as well, collecting a little bit of a knock there from the 16 car. That's Jacob Bland at the very back of the field. But it's Lucas Hines here it's Robert Rainey there in the 12, sitting in P4 at the moment. He's got the 69 of Wally, who's just taken over the lead there, taking that low line off Annette Moore, who's skidding around the top there, looking for that inside run now, side by side, all three of them. That's the 17 of Lucas Hines on the low line. And now it's Wally that sweeps across and consolidates that move. Now it's the 17 of Hines and Annette Moore going side by side here with the 6 laps to go, should I say. It looks like Hines has got the better of it this time. He was on fire last week, had some bad luck, but look at Rainey now pushing up the inside on that low line. Really nicely done there. 5 laps to go here at Lucas Oil Speedway, and it's Tyler Wally just checking out in front. Rainey now taking over P2. Lucas Hines trying to line him up on the inside. They go side by side now. Hines riding the top of the circuit, right around that cushion, trying to slingshot his way around the outside. It does look like it. Daddy's got some good pace here tonight. He's right up the top though, almost slipping over the top of that berm. You do not want to do that, because that will find yourself in the wall and out of the race. But now look at Kenny Nicholas coming up beside Rainey now, giving him plenty, sliding down the inside. Really nicely done on the entry to that one there. And now he pulls himself up alongside Lucas as well, and he's going to maybe just take this move as well. Look at Rainey trying to get involved here up the inside line. They're going to go 3 wide. This is crazy stuff here, but there's Nicholas making contact with Hines, and this is the final lap now. Tyler Wally out in front. We'll go and see him cross the line, because he takes the checkered flag here in Heat 1 by a fair distance. Nicholas manages to get through into P2 with Robert Rainey in P3 as well. Jacob Bland P4, and Annette Moore P5 started at the front, and we saw what happened to Hinesy. He won't be too happy about that. Trent Burney, Dalton, we've been told there in the chat. Braden Watson watching along. Now it's his turn to come out and show us how he's got it done. Just waiting on the field to line up here as they go around the circuit. We've got Rainey off the front there. No, we don't. Hang on. Let's get that grid back up. It is Mason Rainey, Blake Daniels off the front. Then we've got Watson and Dalton behind them. Andrew Wagner, Brian Keane make out the final 6. Second of the heats ready to go, folks. We get our first look at the championship leader there in the 93. Back to his usual colours. Excuse me, folks. A bit of a frog in my throat this morning. Had an extra coffee to get that out as well. So, nothing like a bit of dirt action to blow out the cobwebs of the vocal cords. That is for sure. 10 laps coming up. Pace car is out of here. Rainey's holding him true, and it's green light racing here for Heat 2. And Rainey just being hounded instantaneously there by Watson, who probably gets the first couple of turns wrong, but not as wrong as Mason Rainey, who gets it right out wide and drops down to P4. Braden Watson taking over the lead now. Trent Dalton sliding up the inside, copying a little whack there from it was Trent Dalton giving a whack to Blake Daniels, and again as well, a little bit of a nudge there through 2 and 3, or 3 and 4 should I say. Now Blake Daniels with the run, he goes up to P1 as well. Braden Watson slinging it around the middle of the circuit at the moment, trying to find that cushion, trying to find some of that pace that he's so used to here. But there's contact between the 1, the 12, the 11 is around as well. 1 and 11 are out. That's Rainey and Wagner. The front two still battling it on here, and it's Blake Daniels and Watson getting right stuck into each other as well, trading paint all the way around there. Watson now mounting up the side of that UMP, looking to climb into the front seat with Blake Daniels and say, mate, can we both steer this car around? That is insane. insane stuff. Now copping a wallop there from the Brian Keane, slipping through as well. Geez, these guys have lost their head here, coming to the second heat of the night, and everyone, it's just, we're playing for sheep stations right now. The gloves are off, folks, and they are fighting hammer and tong, tooth and nail, however you want to have a go, like a couple of roosters in a cockfight. Here goes the 11 around, and he's pointing the wrong direction, but it's Blake Daniels and Watson now battling it out for P2. Trent Dalton has checked out in front. You can see him at the foreground of the screen here. Beautiful racing now. They've all sort of got it out of their system, I believe. We'll see how we go. 4 laps to go here in the UMPs at Lucas Oil Speedway. Brian Keane is on tonight, says Mason. He might be. He's done the practice during the week. See how he goes. Well, he was doing all right until he ended up the wrong way around. Exactly, Mason Watson eating his words instantaneously. But 3 laps to go. It's Trent Dalton out in front. Behind him being chased down, and just eking out that gap every single turn here is Braden Watson on an absolute charge here tonight, riding the cushion around, finding that traction, going to slingshot his way. And I tell you what, Dalton's in a bit of trouble here with 1 lap to go. Can he hold on into 1 and 2? Watson there riding the low line, drawing up alongside here. Is he going to make a move into 3 and 4? Oh, maybe just a little bit of a shove and bump there, but it was Dalton who was covering off his tracks on the inside run, trying to block Braden Watson going through, and Dalton takes the P1 there. Watson very close to taking that out. Blake Daniels in P3. Mason Rainey in 3 and 4, and Keane and Wagner 5 and 6. Wowee, folks, that was a good one. Action-packed here in Heat 2. Quick fire stuff as well. We got Heat 3 coming up now. And it's Khan Bell leading off the chase with the Rhino in P2. Regan Gum in 3rd place. Dalton Lane next to him. Mason Watson and Kendall Bennett rounding out the field in the 3rd of the heats tonight. Get your predictions in. Who's going to win this one? They're all pretty even in the standings. A lot of these guys, Rhino, Lane, Gum, Watson, we've seen them all battling it out in the past. Let's quieten that down because it's time for Heat 3. Being paced around by the iRacing Pace truck. Bell in the 54, Rhino in the 3, Gum in the 15, Lane in the 14. Then we got Watson in the 42. Kendall Bennett in the 132, and we're about ready to go racing. Pace truck dives over the berm. Hits the outfield. Nice little chat between father and son. He's definitely on the grid. Pacing around there in the 42, and we are green light racing now for the 3rd heat, and it's Khan Bell off to a pretty good start there as well. Regan Gum sliding up into 2nd position, just pushing Rhino right out to the top of the track, and that's really close there from Regan Gum, just cutting across the nose of Dalton Lane in the 14. Beautiful racing, and it's Rhino now picking up the pace on the top of the circuit, running up behind there of the 54 of Khan Bell, and now they're just nose to tail around the circuit. Really nicely done there. Get your screenshots out. Have that as your PC background. That's Khan Bell. 9 laps to go. Now he's being challenged around the outside by Chase Ryderson. Really nicely done there. Really balanced along that turn in 1 and 2. Here he goes again, riding that top cushion. And 54 just trying to hang on, maybe a little bit wide there, and washed off a bit of speed, and that'll give Rhino another chance to attack here around. Actually, Regan Gum's just thought, you know what, I've had enough sitting behind you, number 54. I'm going to try and go around the outside, up the inside, however I can get there. Regan Gum looking pretty good here at the moment on a nice little run, a little wag of the tail out of 2 and 3. It's all happening here, ladies and gentlemen. It's Chase now taking over the lead. The 54 being a bit of a cork in the bottle situation here with Regan Gum trying every which way to get past. I don't think he can get it done for the time being, because I tell you what, Khan Bell looking nice and aware of his surroundings, just placing that car where he needs to have it at the moment. Bit of a mistake there from Rhino up in front. That's going to bring this pack right up under his back door, so to speak. Dalton Lane looking good now, just firing up that UMP car to sit behind Regan Gum in this little three-car battle here at the moment. Oh, Regan looking for that inside run, going a bit too wide there and letting him back underneath the 54, just having a little bit of room to breathe. But it's not long before Dalton Lane says, I'm going to have a crack at you now, old son, and if you keep rubbing it up against the wall, that's going to be my position as well. The 14-15 door-to-door here now. Oh, there's interlocking wheels there for just a moment, and Dalton's just going to slam it through up the inside, maybe a little bit ill toward there, and he drops off the pace. It's Chase Reinison up in the lead. 2 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. They're not going to run him down. 1 lap to go now. Khan Bell in P2, Regan Gum P3, but it's Ben Reinison just set up that overtake early on in this heat. Gets the job done. He will take the checkered flag now in the third of the heats tonight. Khan Bell P2, Regan Gum P3. Him and Dalton not happy with each other there by the looks of it. Oh, geez. Lucky we're in the sim world, folks. That would have hurt. Could have hurt anyway. These guys might be using some direct drive wheels, and you get walloped like that. Anything can happen. Goodness gracious me. Anyhow, it's just the warm-up now, ladies and gentlemen, after the heats have all finished up. So we're going to have a quick break, ladies and gentlemen, from our couple of words from our sponsors coming up. And we'll be back in just a moment with all the racing here from Lucas Oil Speedway in the UMPs.
Motto is that safe drivers are lifesavers. If your organisation shares this belief and are planning to improve driver education in your community, SDT Simulator Driver Training has the solution. Many of our simulator users are also gaining a revenue stream by taking their simulators to events and schools for driver education programs. The system can also be set up to run motorsport simulation. Many leading racing drivers are now using simulators to improve their skills. Such software can also be used to show drivers they are not as skilled as they think they are. SDT Simulator Driver Training is a division of Safe Drive Training, one of Asia Pacific's leading driver training providers. We offer affordable driving simulators that are assembled in our Brisbane head office. SDT simulators are now in use across Australia and are expanding into international markets due to their affordable price, unique features and customisation for driver training. Depending on the simulator model being purchased, you will receive a range of training resources to help you to facilitate quality driver education. SDT is the exclusive distributor of Fatal Vision alcohol impairment goggles, marijuana simulation goggles, and drowsy and distracted blinking goggles. All are used to demonstrate the dangers of such impairments on the driver. Also available are driver training posters, driving handbooks, and distracted driving resources. Our simulators make the perfect training tool for drivers to experience how various impairments affect their performance. Contact Simulator Driver Training for more information.
We're back again now, folks, for the feature race. The first of two this evening. Tyler Worley takes pole. We got Trent Dalton next to him. Rhino and Nicholas behind them. Raiden Watson down there in fifth. We'll see him cut through the field before. He's going to have his hands full again. Kane Bell doing a great job up there in sixth position. Robert Rainey, Blake Daniels off the fourth row. Then we got Regan Gum, Jacob Bland off the fifth. Mason Rainey, Dalton Lane behind them. We've got Annette Moore, Brian Keane, Kendall Bennett, Lucas Hines back there in 16th. he's got his hands full. He'll be making his way forward. Don't you worry about that. Andrew Wagner and Mason Watson round out the field. Couple of pace laps coming in, and then we're going to go racing, folks. He was a little bit tardy last week, Tyler Worley. We've seen better from him in that in the 100. We expected him to be right up there in the pointy end, and he was for the most part, really. Got a bit unlucky with a couple of cautions and a couple of wrecks as well. Found himself down in the field. Gave the championship lead up to Watson. Again, those two guys have been just leapfrogging each other in the championship every week. I guess it's Worley's turn to leapfrog back up to the front. See how it goes. I hate how the timing tower does that. Really annoying. Anyone know how to fix that? I got no idea. But still pacing. Truck's off. Now we're ready for a start here, folks, in the grand feature of the UMP evening. Now it's Tyler Worley's race, and he says it's time to go. Green, green, green here. 40 laps to go here of Lucas Oil Speedway, and it's Worley with a great start. Reinerson just kissing the back door of his while he slides on through to that high line. Worley looking for the high line straight away, and then they're three abreast there, but Watson slid all the way up into P2 there. Nice little block pass on Rhino up in the top there, but big mistake there from Watson, and he's gone back. And we've got a caution really, really early here, folks. What has happened here? Brian Keane has crashed. Wagner has crashed at the back. Let's go and have a look at what happened, folks. This is right off the start, basically. You can see the 13 getting a little bit out of sorts there. Hines giving him a little helping hand on the way through. And Wagner, an innocent bystander, copping it. We're going to go racing again. Second time lucky here off the start, folks. We're back to how we were pretty much just before the proper start of this race. So let's take two for the drivers. I think Hines maybe just a little bit keen back there, trying to get through. Trying to get through on Keane, funnily enough. Just needs to a little bit more patient getting back through there, but we'll pace around again. See where the truck comes off. He's off now. Now we're controlled by the 69. Tyler Worley has the field. When's he gonna go, folks? And we're green light racing one more time, and that's a great start from Worley. He'll go straight out to the front, but this is where the action is. Watch for Watson up the inside there. Reinerson just coming off that inside run to take the middle line straight up to the top of the track, and the number 2 of Trent Dalton was right there to have a look. Braden Watson sliding through, opening up the gap on his inside. Here comes Dalton again in the 2 car, looking nice and fired up tonight. He'll take up to P3 at the moment. Reinerson still persisting with that top line, following Tyler Worley around the top, doing a great job. Back in the field though, there's been some carnage, and it's the second caution of the night. Oh dear, folks, this could be a long night. It's Brian Keane this time, the 13 again getting tangled up. This time, oh no, it's the 4 and the it was Annette Moore, sorry ladies and gentlemen, getting tangled up there. Hines again. Let's have a quick look how this worked out. Here's Lucas. There's the 4 in front of Annette Moore. Hines just with more pace and just coming in way too hot. Checked up. Whoa, Hinesy. As I said before, you just got to calm it down a little bit. Try and pick your way through. Constant cautions ain't it. You're not going to get through that way because you'll go back to the pack again. He ends up back behind the 4. That's where he was before all this carnage happened. Carnage started. Ready to go racing again for the 3rd time, folks. Just as many laps. 15.5 seconds around this fairly opened up speedway here at Lucas Oil. So we should see some fairly clean racing. There's enough room out there for everyone to get through nicely. But I think we're just up to that point in the season where they've all had enough. Here comes Wally now on the restart. Third time lucky here, and he goes straight out to where he was before. It's Trent Dalton in the 2 car. Looking racy indeed on the middle of these two guys. Watson on his inside. Rhino right out wide, collecting the wall too. He'll try and get back through, but I don't think that's the way to do it. He's trying to barging his way through there, the 54 car, and now that's just checked up everyone behind. This will possibly cause another caution. It has. Oh, Reinison. Guilty as charged there. We saw him. Saw it live, folks. He sort of checked up, and it looks like Rainey was involved in that as well. You can see Rainey in the bottom there. This is Chase Reinison coming back onto the circuit, and it's Regan Gum just giving him a little tap from behind, and around he goes, causing the pile-up that happened behind. So 4 cautions in now. 3rd caution, sorry. 4th restart. Get your predictions in. 1, who's going to win this race? 2, how many cautions are we going to get? We're only on the 6th lap, mind you. So there's still 34 to go, 33 to go. Ready for a restart. Just waiting for Dalton to line up on the outside. He's happy to sit back there by the looks of it. Don't you worry, he'll be right on the door of that 69 car once we go racing one more time. Let's have a look from above. Look at Watson there, just cheeky, looking up the inside there, folks. And the 2 car as well needs to slot in. Waiting for pace setter here of Worley to go, and he goes now, and it's green for the 4th time, and back there it's Watson who's made his way into P2, but look at him all closing up behind as well. It's Dalton around the outside there in the 2 car, just sticking to the back of Watson here at the moment at the front, and these guys now all just sorting themselves out nice and well, just doing it better this time without any rubbish. Look at this, Nicholas is on the run here. He's made his way up to P4 and looking nice and racy indeed, chucking that in on the angle, getting right up beside there in the 2 car of Dalton on the top line. So he's riding it low here at the moment. The 2 leaders go low, and we've got another caution, folks. What's happened here? It's the 4 car. You can see Annette Moore just sliding it in here to 3 and 4, and a little helping hand there from Wagner. Just helping her into the tyre bundle on the inside. Don't know about that. These guys are losing their minds tonight. We're going to beat our 40 lap caution record of 13. I've got a feeling tonight. Maybe this time they'll get through some green light racing for some sustained time. But I tell you what, Braden Watson, every time he's just made his way up a position, caution comes, restart. He's very good off the restarts. This time it'll be a battle of the Titans out there in front. The 2 championship leaders go head-to-head now. And we're green light once more. And Wally's caught him napping now. He will get out to a great start. Watson in 2nd position. It's Dalton in 3rd with Rhino there on the low line with Nicholas going to ride it high next to him now into 3 and 4. That's a beautiful shot there with both of them just inches from each other into 1 and 2. And it's Nicholas just giving Reinison a little bit of a shot there on the way into 1 and 2. That was clean enough racing, I suppose, rubbing his racing down here in the dirt world. But Nicholas looking good. And who's that around the top there? That's Dalton Lane chiming in the 14. So he's there, ready to strike if any of these guys come together. Reinison now with a little bit more pace up there on that high line. Gets in front of Kenny Nicholas now. Nicholas looking to get out on that cushion. But no, now Reinison's messed it up. And he will drop back down to a couple of positions as well. Nicholas now looking good. But it's Dalton on the back of Watson this time. Watson taking that low line as well. He's decided that's where more pace is here at the moment, but around 3 and 4 he rides the top, and that's where everyone wants to be. You can see back here, it's Nicholas being hounded by Reinerson now, who wasn't too happy, but I'll tell you what, he's done it twice now. Ridden the top line, hit that outside wall, goes backwards, and then just fights his way through. And look at Nicholas just giving him a wide berth here because he knows that something's going to happen. 4 wide now. Here comes the 54. That's Kane Bell up the inside. He'll take that control there. Well, those 3 guys were absolutely squabbling it out. Heath says thank you very much, and he'll get 3 positions up here as well. Here comes Blake Daniel sliding into the side of the 14. He won't be too happy about that. The 14 car of Dalton Lane will be pissed off at that for sure, and gives him 1 back as the 5th caution rains down upon Lucas Oil Speedway. This time it's Bland. The 16 car. Let's go back and see what happened. Excuse me, folks. See that little contact there between Daniels and Bland, and Bland just in the side of Rainey. But he wasn't watching where he was going. 2 eyes for a reason there, Jacob Bland. 2 eyes and 1 left foot. The left foot's for braking, if anyone was wondering. You use the brakes in these cars, or you just lift off? I don't know. I'm not a dirt racer myself. I'd love to get involved though. It looks like a hell of a lot of fun. That is for sure. Wally and Watson assume the position. Trent Dalton looking good tonight. So is Reinerson, but a few little mistakes creeping in to his game. He'd be up a bit further, I think, if he could keep that thing on the road. Nicholas looking good tonight as well. Kane Bell having a night, that's for sure. He's flying out there tonight. Blake Daniels a little bit off the pace than what we're used to. But I'm sure he'll come good as the night goes on. But we're about to get ready to go again. With caution done and dusted. Here we go now. Green light racing again. Wally straight out to the front. Watson chasing him down. But this is where the action is from P3 onwards. It's the 2 and the 3. Dalton and Reinerson coming together here at the moment. But Dalton looking good down on the low line. Chase Reinerson getting backed up here because Watson and Wally are very close indeed on the circuit. We got another caution. What's happened this time? Kendall Bennett. Andrew Wagner. Something's happened here, folks. Let's go back and have a look. This is straight off the restart. There's Bennett in the 1-3-2. Oh, you can see up the front there. They've all come together. Oh, my goodness. It's a Beatles song out there at the moment. Wowee. They reckon. Let's see, they'll sort themselves out now this time. They'll sort themselves out this time. There'll be a little bit more. Oh, God, they're still wrecking. Trying to get that car back onto its wheels. I think they did that. No, it's Mason Rainey still on the roof there. He's going to have to tow it, I think. We'll see what happens next time the field comes around. If they manage to get him going the right way, but he's still sitting there on the track. No, we're coming to a stop now. Just waiting for this pace car to find its way through, ladies and gentlemen. A fair bit of action here. So we've got Rainey back into the pit lane, and he's come out, so he's good. He's on his wheels again and ready to race. Pace car's off, so time to go racing again, folks. Wally on the inside, Watson on the outside, then the 2 and 3 behind them, Dalton and Reinerson. Nicholas and Daniels, and we go green once more time, and it's Wally out to the start. And look at this, it's Dalton, sorry, in the 2 car, just giving Watson a little bit of a tap now. Reinerson will see that and go, thank you very much, because that's checked both of them up, and he's coming through at a rate of knots. Absolutely slams into the back of Watson, but just a helping hand, a nice little bump draft from him. He goes up to P2 with the vengeance. Here comes Dalton with Nicholas on his inside. Back further, it's Daniels around the top with the 14 of Dalton Lane there. But it's Robert Rainey just getting a look at both of those guys on the high line as well. Here comes Regan Gum in the 15, going 3 wide. Annette Moore's down there on the low line as well. But these two guys side by side. It's Daniels up in the 5, Nicholas in his face. And on the low line, it's Dalton Lane in the 14, who we're following along with at the moment. Looking great here as well. Everyone getting around nicely. Wally out front, Watson behind him with 21 laps to go. Just about halfway through here. And Nicholas trying to split his way through the pack there, and it does. Just the seas part there, Moses style. But now it's Blake Daniels' turn to slide up on that inside middle line, and it's really nicely done there as well. Nicholas doing his best to hold him back there as well, slicing off the nose he does. Blake Daniels looking pretty racy here at the moment. Robert Rainey blipping in and out of existence there as well. Oh, a little mistake there from Daniels coming in just a little bit hot, and down there on the low line, it's Dalton Lane just sticking to that low lane as he does, and just keeping pace with these guys somehow. Here comes Robert Rainey now on the back of Dalton Lane. Oh, just copping it there from Reinerson, who's found himself all the way back here and almost over the other side of the cushion there at the top. Not good stuff there. Rhino could have been a hell of a lot higher, but he's down there and in 9th position now. Just swapping positions there with Annette Moore down the low line. He's done it again. Another big mistake there from Reinerson. So tonight's not his night. He's been full of mistakes here. And just if he can keep it on the track, you can see how much pace he's got under the hood of that thing. But there's a nice little 4-way car battle here, headed by Nicholas, and look at that, just being sandwiched was the 14, Dalton Lane, right in between those two cars with Blake Daniels out in front. 15 of Regan Gum trying to chase them down here at the moment. 16 laps to go, folks, and a nice little extended green light racing period. And in all this battling, it's Kenny Nicholas that's kicked clear so far. Blake Daniels, just the cream starting to rise to the top for him. He's starting to find his rhythm and groove. And speaking of groove, sitting in that groove at the top there, there's plenty of pace around the top end of this circuit now is starting to develop as all that dirt gets kicked out up there. But it's Nicholas and Daniel back here. Dalton Lane sitting there in P6. And we do have another caution. This time, the 3-car, Chase Reinerson, has crashed it. Here he is up the top, just clattering across the outside, hitting that 17 car as well. Oh, no, that was probably Heinz's fault, just slamming into the side of the 4. We've seen those 2 cars come together again, and Rhino being spat out the other side. Not many chatters today. You guys out there in Facebook land, you're still all watching. Excuse me. Excuse me. Goodness. Starting to get sick, maybe. Ah, got the tap nose going on. We don't like that. God, it's summer holidays over here in Australia. The last thing I want. It's 7th caution of the night. It was Reinerson, Moore, and Lucas Hines involved. I think Hines involved in a couple of incidents tonight as well. But not long to go here, folks. 30 laps, about 10 laps to go. Once we go racing once more. Bradley Cairns watching along on YouTube. Here we go. It's green light racing again. Here goes Wally straight out to the front. He's looking good tonight. Watson, can he stave off, or can he stave an attack here for the last 10 laps? 11 laps to go, in fact. But he's got his hands full with Dalton and Nicholas here, closing in from behind. Here's Daniels on the low line, up underneath Kenny here, looking really nice and balanced in that 5 car as well. We've seen him all season, been right up there in the pacey end of the field. Oh, a little contact there between the 15 and the 14. Regan, Gum and Dalton riding it out there, 3 wide. Oh, there's a bit of an accident here with Daniels just dropping into the lap of Rainey and Dalton Lane as well. Oh, Regan Gum's around. He's been spun, and that has caused a chain reaction of events there. Another caution here. 29 laps, 30 down now. Let's see what happened. It was all Regan Gum just getting a little bit too far gone. Around 1 and 2 here. Sorry. Yeah, it is 3 and 4. Here he goes. Oh, just a little bit of a helping hand there from the 16. And around he goes. They've DQ'd Hines, have they? Oh, no. They have. He's out. Mason Watson's out. So 2 casualties. Excuse me. 2 casualties tonight. He's been given the black flag as Lucas Hines. We saw he's been involved in a couple of incidents. I think he was just too far back in the field for his pace. One of those things where when you're so far out of position, and you know, probably used to running up the front with the faster guys, and just not managing that racecraft. When you're in a busy pack with drivers who are not on your same pace level, it can be very difficult indeed. But let's get ready for another restart here, folks. This could be the run to the line. There's 9 laps to go here in the feature race, and we're off and racing this time. Mason Watson doing his best to try and stick with Wally here off the restart, and he does. They're right there side by side here, and the 93 car sticking to the low, and it's Wally right out there in front. Geez, he looks balanced in that car. He looks fast tonight. Here goes Watson trying to move up the inside, but detrimental to him. He goes back into P2 and loses a little bit of momentum there as well. Now under attack from Trent Dalton, who's looking good tonight. I'll tell you what, he's kept his nose clean, but up the front there's a challenge again. Watson right up next to him here, and Wally's going to try and hold on to this with both hands because they've been doing it so well tonight. Wally gets back into the front there when the caution is called. Regan Gum's had it again. The 15 car this time. He's out there on his own. Spat out the back and drops it. Yeah, just loops it on his own. And then then the 1 car of Mason Rainey had the whole track to go through, and manages to centre punch him right in the middle. So that's that's no good. Anyway, let's get back to live. 33 laps in of a 40 lapper tonight. Bradley Cairns actually just, he's busy at work. You know, it's new year. The bosses are onto him. You got to pretend to work. You have those, get those glasses on with the eyeballs that look like you're awake, but behind the sunnies, the eyeballs are shut. Have a little sleep. Best way to do it. And or just have solitaire going on the second screen there at work. All the tricks of the trade. You got to be shitting on work time as well, ladies and gentlemen. Hold that in until you get there. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go racing once more here in the 40 lapper here at Lucas Oil Speedway. And it's Tyler Wally out to the lead. But here's a nice little battle here. Oh, the 2 getting turned around. Trent Dalton now causing another pile up, and it'll be a caution as soon as we go green light racing. Oh, this guy's a little bit impatient, I think. Riley in the chat says his boy Luke Hines is raging right now, throwing shit and everything. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I've seen worse driving in this series, and guys being kept out there. So maybe just the race directors now have just had enough of the discrepancies out there in the racing department and said, you know what, tonight we're clamping down on it. And Hines, if you make one more mistake, you're off. You got to hit the showers early. And off he goes, and apparently, by all reports, he's not very happy indeed, and he wouldn't be. You don't want to be black flagged from any event. So, poor old Lucas Hines now hitting the showers early. Rainey making his way up to 4th position as these drivers just sort themselves out. I think we're going to go racing once more fairly shortly. It'll be a short dash, 5 to go. But you know what that means. The blood pressure is up. Only 5 laps to go once we go racing once more. As we head out of 3 and 4, we're going to cross the start-finish line. No, that's 1 and 2. This is 3 and 4, and we're going to cross the start-finish line and go racing one more time here, ladies and gentlemen, after the 10th caution. There's 7 laps to go, in fact. But up the front, it's Wally again, being chased down by Watson. We saw him challenged for the lead just a couple of moments ago, and this time he's got the job done up the inside there. He'll draw alongside the 69. They go side by side. There one more time here, but Wally just looking to cover that inside line off, and does so. But I'll tell you what, Watson just getting great pace out of the corners. He can manage to just slide it up on the inside there. Wally now looking for that high line, and does. Oh, just manages to clear Watson, looking to go out for that block pass, but doesn't get the job done. Here comes Dalton as well around the middle part of the circuit here. Mud slinging everywhere. But back here the battle's on as well, because the 12 Robert Rainey has got the 14 of Lane going around his outside. They went side by side just briefly here, and another caution here. That's the 11th for the night. Regan Gum again. Actually Niffless as well, so let's have a look at what happened here. Niffless around the top of the circuit. He's got it all clear there. Oh, just collects the wall on the way in, and yep, hits Gum. And the 13 as well, Brian Keane. Unlucky. Just a small mistake there from Niffless, and his night's gone from hero to zero. He was running up there in the top 5 not too long ago, and now he's down at the back. Dropped down 11 spots, mind you, folks. This man here, Dalton Lane, he's gone up 9 positions from where he started. So, great racing from him, managing to just pick through the field. One by one. Negotiating all the cautions. Getting the job done really nicely indeed there by Dalton Lane. So we're going to go racing one more time. Hopefully one more time. About 38 laps through. It'll probably be another couple. They're wrecking at the back. What's happened here? Another caution. Pace car back out. Oh goodness me. We didn't even get going before that one graced itself. Get some music going, folks. The field has stopped here because it's technically the last lap. So I'm going to wonder what they do here. They're waiting for that pace truck to make its way around. Here it comes now. They're going to follow it through. We might end this under caution, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be interesting. When we do go, it'll be one lap to go. So a mad dash to the finish. A nice little battle between these two guys as well, Wally and Watson. We've seen it happen all season long. It's great to see those two guys battle it out. Whoa, Watson doing his trademark warm the tyres right out sideways. It's like a surfer hitting that wave. And the old cutbacks. Beautiful stuff. Anyway, pace car's in. And this will be possibly the end of the race coming up. And Wally now just sitting into the lap there of Watson, getting the restart happening now. It's 4 laps to go, and in fact, they've given us a couple back because of that caution. But now it's Wally straight out to the front there. Watson's going to try and challenge him, sling it up the inside here, the side-by-side here at the moment. All Watson is needing now is a really nice exit here from 1 and 2. Oh, almost gets the job done. A little bit of a tap on the wall there from Wally, but he is in control and out of control at the exact same time, and it's beautiful to see. The battle here for the lead's on. It's side by side, 3 laps to go now. Watson on the low, it's Wally on the high, and just gets the momentum now, dips in front, and being able to block him off there on that inside run. But you can see how controlled Watson can do that around that extreme low line. Manages to get the job done here at the moment, but the switchback's on. Here goes Wally. Now it's his turn to go low through 2 and 3 and 4. Here he goes now. Final lap of the race, ladies and gentlemen. Who's going to get to the line first? It's Wally on the inside. Watson riding the high line here through, but he just cuts it a little fine, goes to the middle. Now it's going to be an absolute race to the finish line. Who can get there first? They're crashing here. Watson finishes over the line first. Wally's been turned. Dalton Lane gets P2. What a finish there from the boys. Wowee. Wally going across the line sideways in P3. He led the entire way, gets pipped on the line. Geez, he'd be disappointed with that. Ryderson P4 in the end. Dalton P5, Moore in P6. Great result for there from her. Gum in 7th, Rainey in 8th, Plan in 9th. Mason Rainey there in the 1 car in 10th position. 11 is Bell. Then we got Nicholas, Bennett, Keane, Daniels, Wagner, and actually Wagner didn't finish either. Neither did Hines or Watson. So 3 casualties from that one. Results are up. There they are, folks. Watson with the win. Dalton Lane P2 officially. Oh, it's actually dead heat there between Watson and Lane somehow, the winner. There's 0 on the clock. But I guess they've given it to Watson. Lane P2, Wally P3. There's your podium. Congrats to all involved. And we're going to have a little break now while we get on the Concorde Instant travel device and we head over to the other circuit that we're racing at tonight, which is Eldora Speedway. Not too sure how far they are away physically in the real world, but here in the virtual world, we can just snap our fingers and get straight over there. So that's what we're going to do, folks. Time to sit back, recharge your drinks, go and get some snacks, whatever you're doing. Maybe go and take a shit at work. Bradley cans, possibly. It's a good way to do it. You're on the clock, mate. You're getting paid to do that. Why not? We'll be back here on Sensational TV with all the action of the next set of races in the Crate Lates in just a moment.
Motorsport isn't just a hobby, it's a lifestyle. And when performance matters, you need gear you can trust. That's where ARD Importing comes in. ARD Importing brings world-class racing brands straight to New Zealand, supplying real racers, real teams and real enthusiasts with proven performance products around the globe. We're talking JRP racing components, Zamp helmets and safety gear you can rely on the track, Red Cat Racing for high-performance RC action and intimate brake pads for serious stopping power when it counts most. Keep your engine protected with renewable lubricants, premium oils designed for extreme performance and durability. Turn up the volume with Wicked Audio, delivering powerful sound whenever the road or track takes you. And gear up with Spartan products built for durability, comfort and race day durability. Whether you're racing dirt, asphalt or chasing lap times from home, ARD Importing has you covered. Sim racers as well, listen up, ladies and gentlemen, because ARD New Zealand is your importing source for all of Camus Racing sim gear. Precision wheels, professional grade pedals, immersive feedback that puts you right in the driver's seat. Train harder, race smarter, and feel every corner. From real-world racing to the virtual grid, ardimporting.co.New Zealand connects you with elite brands trusted by racers worldwide.
expertise in getting the best gear, Sensational TV has proudly partnered up with Speed Nation. It is New Zealand's go-to destination for high-performance sim gear. They also stock the best and biggest brands in the game, from Thrustmaster, Mozo Racing, Next Level Racing, Sparko, Turtle Beach and more. And whether you're looking for the ultra-responsive racing wheels or pro-grade flight controls, immersive audio or rock-solid cockpits, I'll tell you what, Speed Nation has got it all. They also carry other trusted names like Butt Kicker, PT Actuators, Wheel Stand Pros, Gen Ace, Spectrum in the remote control field, and also Collective Mind. So every step and part of your setup is covered, from complete racing rigs and premium flight packs. We here at Sensational TV back in Speed Nation to deliver the gear that takes your experience to the next level. Fast shipping, trusted brands, unbeatable quality, and I'll tell you what, Speed Nation has it all. And as an excellent gift for all of our viewers tonight and members out there of Sensational TV, and if you're trying to get into racing, go to the checkout, buy some stuff off Speed Nation, because if you buy any full price product on the website, enter the code SIMSATIONAL, that is SIMSATIONAL. Oh my God, I can't even speak. And you will get a 10% discount off your end cart price. So go in there.
10%? 10% did you say, Zachary?
I did say 10%, mate. I did not say 5. I did not say 4. I said 10. Wow.
Alrighty, you dirt devils. Back on circuit now at Eldora Speedway. Big, wide open, mostly circled circuit. There's not much of a straightaway here, especially in these great late models. Man, they go fast, they go hard, and they go sideways. That is for sure. The boys are out there qualifying as we speak, so let's get the tower up, ladies and gentlemen, see how we're faring around here. Wally setting the pace early with a 15.1. That's his first lap around, so this will be his second one as he finishes it off. Oh, just scraping the paint off the outside wall is Tyler Worley. I tell you what, man. This guy knows his way around the steering wheel in a dirt track, that is for sure. Be sure he races these things in the real world. Using the sim as a little bit of a practice. Bit of a practice pen. And cannot improve on his 15.193. Braden Watson back to his usual bright red, blue, green colours. Cannot peg him. 7 hundredths behind him. Blake Daniels finding a bit of form now. Crosses the line in third in qualifying. Still a few guys haven't set the time yet. Is Andrew Wagner actually up there looking pretty good. Rhino Reinerson there, 2/10 off the lead. Regan Gum in 7th position. Then we've got Annette Moore with a 15.52. Here comes the cavalry. Dalton Lane slotting himself in to 3rd position. And Lucas Hines as well in the 17 car. Just completing his first lap. Here he goes around the second. Right in that middle line, looking for that crunchy stuff. The local circus back at it. Garrett Turner says. Could be. They only had 11 cautions in the first race. Lucas Hines crossing the line there in 4th position. So, the grid is set, folks. Let's check out our results qualifying. Should swap those two words around. Qualifying results. Anyway, let's get to the first one. It's gridding up now for the first of the heats. Regan Gum gets to go off the front there. Jacob Bland in the 14. Then we got Hines in the 17. Tyler Worley in the 66. He'll be spewing about last race. He had that thing controlled the whole way around up until the final moment. And not only did he lose P2, he ended up in P3 as well with a little bit of contact with Watson across the line. Kant Bell and Brian Keane round out your field here for the first of the heats as the sun sets here at Eldora. Picture perfect kind of stuff here as well. 10 laps to go. Timing Tower doing a strange thing here at the moment, showing all these cars out there. I need to reset it. No, now it's just going absolutely mental. Anyway, the top 6 is where we're at. Regan Gum controls the field there in the 10 car. Jacob Bland on his outside in the 14. Worley in the 66. Hines in the 17. Then at the back we got Khan Bell in the 54. And Brian Keane in the 13. Pink car. Can't miss it. Look at that sight, ladies and gentlemen. Pace car coming in, and they are go. They couldn't wait to get that pace truck off the circuit. And Gum goes straight out to the front of the field. Jacob Bland looking around the high line. Oh, a little mistake there from Gum as well. Almost rubbing himself against that outside wall. Look at Worley now. Really tight line down there through 3 and 4. Here he comes now into 1 and 2. And it looks like the 14 is just riding that high line. A little bit out of control there. Could not quite keep it on there before he hits that wall. Now Worley looking to muscle his way through here on Regan Gum. does, makes a little bit of contact, hip and shoulder style, and now pushes his way through to the front of the field. Gum, I don't know if he's too happy about how that went about, but this is rubbing, this is racing, this is dirt, ladies and gentlemen. The 14 riding the tail of the 10 here at the moment as well. We've got Lucas Hines sitting there in 4th position with Brian Keane in 5th and Khan Bell rounding out the rest of the field. You know, it seems there's 2 overlays going on at the same time here. Very distracting for the commentary box, and I'm sure for you guys at home as well. But SDK doing SDK things. That's right in the front seat here of Regan Gum's machine. You can see Wally there out the front there looking nice and pacey. Actually just pushing away here at the moment. He's got his hands full from behind though. The 14 of Jacob Bland absolutely pushing it to the limit. Looking for the dip up the inside here into 1 and 2. Does get it done, but the switchback's on as he runs wide out of 2. And now I'll have to think about how he's going to get past the 10 car there, who is just all over him like a fat lady on a sausage here at the moment. I tell you what, there goes the timing tower, and it's been fixed itself up. It just took a little bit of time there for SDK to do its thing. But here comes Lucas Hines now, poised to attack. You can see these 2 guys in front. He's generally got more pace than both of them in these crate late models. So he really needs a good result here, because I tell you what, in the first of the heats he landed, the first round of the heats, he landed himself down the back, and that's how he ended up getting the black flag from the feature race as well, just caught down in the pack. So a good result here is vital for Lucas Hines to claim back some championship points that he lost here already tonight. But the 10 has gone wide, and that's the 14 up the inside now into 3 and 4, and it's the 14 sliding through, doing a great job here of it. We're on the final lap, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler Wally out there in no man's land, absolutely smoking these guys. He's just heading into 3 and 4 now, but we're going to keep our eyes focused on this little battle here for the time being, because who's going to get there first? Wally crosses the line in P1. Now these 2 are fighting. They turn each other around. Lucas Hines might have gone through into P2. He has. Bland and Regan Gum. Geez, that was some questionable stuff there from those 2 guys. Wowee. Keane and Bell from 5 and 6. Goodness me. Hand J85 in the Twitch chat says, "Hey mate, really love your stream and enjoy being a part of your fan community. Would you mind adding me up on Discord?" You're going to have to find it yourself, my friend. Head to YouTube, because our link is there, and you'll find an invite link to join our Discord over on that one as well. So we'll get that done. Forgot to turn the music off on that heat. So exciting! Yeah, a little bit of background music too. Good stuff. Good commentary. Good broadcast. Good on you, Chris. Munro is my name. Out here in the box. Bugging it up, but that's all right. We do these things. Now we get a look at these guys coming around. We got Roy Wagner off the front with more on his inside in the 8 car this time. It'd be nice if they kept the same car numbers from race to race. Wouldn't that be a nice thing to have as a commentator? Number 5 is Blake Daniels. Number 93 is the man, the championship leader, Braden Watson. 42 is his old man, Mason. And Kenny Nicholas in the 01 at the very back of the field, and in a similar livery. That is what I do love, ladies and gentlemen. Nice little bit of just a helping hand to the commentators here. Annette Moore will control the pace here in the 8 car. Andrew Wagner on her outside, and it's go, 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 green light racing here. 10 laps to go in the second of the heat, and Daniels has got the best of the starts. He'll slide up to the P2 here at the moment, and hounding more for P1 here at the moment. Braden Watson has dropped back just a little bit there off the start, and then these 2 guys at the back fighting hammer and tong. Nicholas and the 1 car coming together, the 01 and the 1, battling for the supremacy of the start of the numeric system there at the moment, and it's Nicholas just sliding it through on the inside, but they're battling all up and down the field here at the moment. Annette Moore still got her hands full with Blake Daniels chiming in from behind. Nicholas getting that job done on the 1, finally laying it down on that top cushion line, and the 42 of Mason Watson just blocking his way through, copping a big shoulder there from the 1 as it just slips out onto the side of the circuit. But here at the front, it's Annette Moore doing her best to hold off Blake Daniels here at the moment, who is coming on strong, big time here at the moment, looking for that outside run. Just a little bit of a clip on the outside fence there. Braden Watson is chiming in on this little battle too. The longer these two guys head it out, it's going to invite Watson back into it. But it looks like Watson just not quite on the pace that we're used to seeing him here, especially in these crate lates. But now just leaving it very late, as one would say. He's creeping up on the back of him here now, and it looks like Daniels has got this job done here on the 8 car. The 5 just slipping his way up on the inside, the high line here through 3 and 4, and Watson's right there. He's got to be careful though, because the 8 was coming across the circuit to try and cover off the 5, and probably didn't know that the 93 was right there as well. This time there's 4 laps to go, and it's Blake Daniels who possibly controls the field here a little bit. But I'll tell you what, Moore has kicked back and said, you know what, I am retaking the lead here, and here comes Watson straight up the inside at 1 and 2, but just slings it out just a little bit too wide there as well, and that invites the 8 and the 5 up the middle now as they go 3 wide down the back stretch here, and Watson just collecting the wall on the inside, a little bit of, on the outside, a little bit of a bump and shove there with the 5 of Blake Daniels too. This is great racing from these 3 cars here right at the front of the field, and look at Moore just doing a great job of defending for the life savings here at the moment. Watson goes for a big lunge through 1 and 2. This is the final lap, folks. They got one more turn to get it done. Who's going to get the job done here? Blake Daniels on the middle. We got Watson on the outside, Moore on the inside. They're going to cross the line in a photo finish. I think Moore got there. Watson somehow with a destroyed car gets into P2. Daniels into P3. Watson P4. Nicholas and Wagner round out the field. That was a great finish there from those guys. Beautiful racing, and it seems to be something in dirt racing when they go across the line together. It's full stations wacko, and they all come together, and who knows who gets the bloody chockies, because all cars are mangled up, tangled up, whatever you want. But that was fantastic, fantastic racing there from that bunch. Into the third of the heats now. Let's get that grid up. It's Dalton off the front with Robert Rainey beside him, Chase Reinerson and Dalton Lane. Then we've got Mason Rainey and Kendall Bennett rounding out the field. This will be an interesting one. Dalton Lane's been on fire lately. So is Rhino, but he's been a bit loose as well. The Rhino sticking that horn where the sun don't shine, or possibly where that horn's not invited in that last of the feature races down there in the UMPs. See how he fares in the lates. They seem like a little bit more car to handle, but this circuit probably going to be a little bit more friendly to them as well. Plenty of space here at Eldora. Who's going to take the chockies here? Dalton on the inside, Trent Dalton. Oh, looking to go. Oh, he has. And 25 just nipped him off the line. Absolute carnage off the start. 1-3-2's around. The 2, that's Trent Dalton. Had the start of this race sealed up, but he absolutely muffed it. Went too early. And the 25 of Chase Reinerson said, you know what, if you're not going to go, I'll friggin' go. And I'll take the lead here. And him and Dalton Lane are now battling it out for the lead of this race. Dalton reclaiming the P1 here at the moment, but Reinerson right on his back and now looking to sling it up the inside down here at 3 and 4. Does get the job done as well. Beautifully timed attack there from the 25, but now it's Dalton Lane's turn to try and slide her up the inside. Takes that middle line, looks for the block pass, puts the 25 into the wall, and he's lost a wheel there as well. It'll take a few seconds for that wheel to come back to him as we were on limited damage here in this series to keep the cars out there. Beautiful stuff. The music's still going. Yep, I've got it. Thank you very much. And here comes the 25 all the way riding that cushion around the outside. It's Dalton Lane at the top there looking, well, he's pretty much got this sewn up now. That's enough of a gap to keep Rhino behind, but he's got the horn up and he's firing on all cylinders here at the moment. Mason Rainey in third position. was a bit of a victim of the start of this race. It was a right kerfuffle, and down there is Robert Rainey in fourth. Then we got Trent Dalton started P1 and absolutely buggered up the start down to P5. Kendall Bennett as well saw on the roof just not long ago. 5 laps to go here in the second of the heats. And it's Dalton Lane, also third of the heats. It's Dalton Lane around the top line and looking really nice indeed. He's got a fair bit of a gap there, second indeed. Down there to Chase Reinerson in the 25. He was loose, but he opportunistic off the start as well. Caught these guys napping, slung it straight up the inside, and up he went into P1. But it was only momentarily because Dalton Lane overtook him, and now he's driving away off to an early victory here in the heats. Where will that put him in the grand scheme of the grid for the feature race? Who knows, but it will certainly be up there. Dalton Lane, we saw in the UMPs, give him a good sight as well for the most part. There's a lot of cautions in that race as well. Hopefully we get a few less this time because we're on the final lap now of the final heat in Eldora Racing Dirt and the Crate Lates here tonight. And it's Dalton Lane coming around 1 and 2. He'll sling it into 3 and 4, and that'll be a heat win for Lane in the 7 car. Rhino Reinerson takes P2. Rainey in third. Another Rainey, whether they're related or not, who knows? Daddy and son, who knows? There's already a father-son combo, possibly a second one. Trent Dalton in fifth and Kendall Bennett in fourth position, or sixth position, should I say? And that ends the heats. Beautiful stuff there. Yeah, Cooper Robinson in the chat. You got to love Eldora. You do. Beautiful racing circuit, and it produces plenty of action as well with these long turns. Absolutely cracking stuff. But we've just hit that time in the night, folks. So we've accelerated through into the evening, and it's time for Bennett. Not happy with the one car. That's Andrew Wagner, and look at them both just not happy with each other there, possibly spilling over into the chat as well. But a little bit of a warm-up coming in front of us now, so it's time to go and refill your snacks, folks. Refill your beverages, do what you need to do, because we're going to be back here on Sensational TV with all the action of the feature race coming up in just a moment.
And expertise in getting the best gear. Sensational TV has proudly partnered up with Speed Nation. It is New Zealand's go-to destination for high-performance sim gear. They also stock the best and biggest brands in the game, from Thrustmaster, Mozo Racing, Next Level Racing, Sparko, Turtle Beach and more. And whether you're looking for the ultra-responsive racing wheels or pro-grade flight controls, immersive audio or rock-solid cockpits, I'll tell you what, Speed Nation has got it all. They also carry other trusted names like Butt Kicker, PT Actuators, Wheel Stand Pros, Gen Ace, Spectrum in the remote control field, and also Collective Vine. So every step and part of your setup is covered, from complete racing rigs and premium flight packs. We here at Sensational TV, back in Speed Nation, to deliver the gear that takes your experience to the next level. Fast shipping, trusted brands, unbeatable quality, and I'll tell you what, Speed Nation has it all. And as an excellent gift for all of our viewers tonight and members out there of Sensational TV, and if you're trying to get into racing, go to the checkout, buy some stuff off Speed Nation, because if you buy any full price product on the website, enter the code SIMSATIONAL, that is SIMSATIONAL. Oh my God, I can't even speak. And you will get a 10% discount off your end cart price. So go in there.
10%? 10% did you say, Zachary?
I did say 10%, mate. I did not say 5. I did not say 4. I said 10.
Wow.
Motorsport isn't just a hobby, it's a lifestyle. And when performance matters, you need gear you can trust. That's where ARD Importing comes in. ARD Importing brings world-class racing brands straight to New Zealand.
Oh yes, folks, we're gridding up for the feature race here in the Crate Lates at Eldora, and Tyler Worley will be kicking it off from the front row. Annette Moore on his outside. then Dalton Lane, Lucas Hines, Braden Watson starting from P5 again. We saw him there in the UMPs, ended up winning the race. So can he do it again? Get your bets in. Chase Rhino, Reinerson on his outside, Jacob Bland on his inside with Blake Daniels there in the 8th position. Rainey and Regan Gum off the 5th row. Then we got Mason Watson, Robert Rainey behind them. Brian Keane, Kenny Nicholas off the 7th row. Then Trent Dalton, Kane Bell, Andrew Wagner and Kendall Bennett seize the whole field. We're going to go racing here very shortly, folks. Tyler Worley will be looking to get out to a good start, I think, to try and build a lead before that pesky Watson comes pushing up through the pack. But it's all silence now, ready to go, because we got 40 laps of this beautiful circuit coming, and we're green, and it's Worley who kicks it off with a great start. He goes out to the front. It's Dalton Lane looking up the inside of the 8 car as well with a great start from him. He is, where is he sitting now? In the middle of the pack there, but it's Moore who's done a great job in defending. We saw that happen in the heats as well, and Dalton Lane trying his hardest just to get through there, this time for the better of it. But they go side by side now through the second lap, and it's Watson now at the back of the pack there, just heading on that outside line, doing a great job there too. Here comes Lucas Hines, a better start for him this time, not caught up in the shenanigans of the very back of the pack. Up his insides, Blake Daniels and Rhino hitting the 25 on the outside. He's still just riding that wall. We saw him do that in the UMPs. He just hit it too many times, too many mistakes there from the Rhino. But this time it looks like he is keeping that car in the correct direction. Out in front, Annette Moores somehow got past Worley there as well for P1. So Worley just got caught napping there in the moment, and the 8 car goes straight up and hits to the front. So that's great stuff there. Look at Watson sliding it in around 3 and 4. 1 and 2, should I say. Beautiful stuff there. Dalton Lane saw him coming and was like, oh, you know what, I'm just going to have to stick clear of you, mate, because you're coming through at an absolute rate of knots. Now they're side by side at the front of the pack. It's Worley riding that cushion around the top line, getting that momentum as well. Now just slings himself into the front, covers himself down onto the middle line as well, just stops any attacks coming from behind. That is the 8 car now under big pressure, because Dalton Lane is right up there, riding the cushion this time in P3, looking nice. And now there's a big gap out back to Watson here in no man's land. He's got Lucas Hines on his inside, who we've seen as a speedy customer as well. So he is looking to make good of the rubbish that found him black flagged and disqualified from the previous race. Rhino up there in 6th position. Now they're battling here with Bland and Blake Daniels on his inside. And they've got a nice little look there from Trent Dalton, who's in behind in the 2 car. We saw him could have gone better in the heats, but he just ended up down the front, but down the back after a dodgy restart. Up the front though, it's on again. Here comes Dalton Lane looking up the inside of the 8, sliding around here through 1 and 2. It's a nice little run there from the 7. He might be able to just block her out here as well. They're swapping paint down into this turn, and it looks like they're looking for the switchback. Beautiful exit there from the 8. They continue side by side again for another lap. Dalton hanging it fat around the outside in the 7. Traction to burn as well. Gets that job done. Goes back up into P2, and now is the 93 coming hard here on the 8 car. It's looking like a big mistake there from Moore. Maybe just misjudged the exit there. Dropped back into the lap of Watson, and now it's all fighting in tooth and nail here. The 93 we go on board with. You can see just sliding up the inside, looking for that rear quarter panel just to get enough of a look up the inside to get the job done. Let's go up to the wide shot here. You can see him just coming out of the lights back into the stadium lights, and it's Watson now almost getting the job done here on Moore. Tell you what, Moore can defend, can drive these Great Lakes, was nowhere in the UMPs, and managed to find a way up to the front of the pack here, doing an absolute fantastic job. Here comes Lucas Hines though, caught the 8 napping, and will slide up the inside, take a little bump and run as well, and goes up into P5. Whoa, look at Rhino slinging it in there as he does. heads right up to the top of the track, and the 17 and 8 resume the battle underneath. 25 laps to go here at Eldora. It's been an action-packed start here, no cautions yet. As soon as I say that, we're going to get one, though. I shouldn't have said anything. Down here, it's pretty tight battling here between Blake Daniels and Annette Moore, just dropping down through the pack like a stone here at the moment. She was off to a fantastic start as soon as I sort of praised her a bit, and now she's dropping down big time. So Annette making contact there with Blake Daniels, who came off second best, tries to get back through, but it's the 14 of Trent Dalton. Jacob Bland in the 14th, should I say. Trent Dalton's in the 2, just forcing his way back through. So Blake Daniels off to a shitty start in this one. He's going to slide it back around and looking through. But up at the front of the field, Tyler Worley has kicked clear. That's a 2.5 gap almost to Dalton Lane there in the 7 car in absolute no man's land. And looking back, another 3 seconds back is Watson here as well. So he'll be hoping for a caution so he can get back onto the back of those 2 guys out in front that just sort of kicked clear and took advantage while all the battling was happening on back here. So Chase Reinerson now on a charge too, looking and making a little bit of contact with Watson there as well. We've seen this guy can be reckless at times, and I don't know if he's got the most friends in the chat either, but he races for himself, ladies and gentlemen, and can race around these circuits. Don't you worry about him. We'll sling it in when there is nothing doing. Here comes Lucas Hines there in P5, down a spot from where he started, so he'll be looking to maybe make that spot up towards the end of the race. Trent Dalton there in the 2, looking nice. Zach O'Reilly in the chat says less cautions with half the lighting on the track. That's true. There's less cautions because it's a nice wide open circuit, this one. A little bit more space out there for them to navigate around than the previous one. Lucas Oil Speedway was where we were in the UMPs, and I'll tell you what, there's plenty of room there too, to be honest. Not as big as Eldora, but we saw most of the field losing their goddamn minds out there. Plenty of pile-ups, but here we go. It's the 2, Dalton underneath the 17 now. Looking that high line is Lucas Hines just scraping the paint off the outside of that Crate Lake model. Dipping it up now, looking for the switchback down out of, where are we, 2 and 3 and 4. Here he goes now, Lucas Hines sliding it through really close to that outside fence. He's got this circuit absolutely mapped to a pin. Beautiful stuff to see, but Dalton now takes that position over. It's the battle's not finished here though, but here comes Hines slinging it up the inside, does the job. Little block pass, but all it does was Dalton just a little hesitation on the turn in and gets the job done. This time now looking to try and defend his way through, and I'll tell you what, that's a record. We've gotten this far without a first caution, and this is where it has happened. Mason Watson has come a gutter somewhere. Let's go back and have a little squeeze. What happens here? Watson there in the 42, right in the high line, looking out of control. He's actually just getting out of the way of the leader who came through and just lost it on his own. Smashes it into the middle, spinning around like a dreidel. And back of the pack, but that was enough for a caution. Apparently, car's looking a little bit sideways as we take over the pack. It's Worley out in front. Reinerson doing a little Max Verstappen impression there of getting up alongside the leader under the yellow flag. We go racing again soon. Tell you what, there's cautions aplenty last race, and hopefully what we don't see is cautions bringing out more cautions. That can happen, folks, here in Dirtland. They get a bit close to each other on track and then they all lose it. But we're almost ready to go here. The pace car is off, and we're going to go green racing again. And Mason Watson with a nice start up into second position. Worley going to try and cover him off and slide away out to a bit of a... Well, look at Reinerson there, just right poking the nose up in the middle there. Almost taking out Watson as well, just poking his nose right up onto the rear quarter panel. And now it's Watson and Lane battling it out. Big slide in from Watson, almost taking out the leader. Does take out the leader. Oh, that's horrible racing. That's going to cause an absolute pile up there. Worley will be absolutely fuming with that move from Watson. Oh, dead set. That was uncalled for there from Watson. Came out of absolutely nowhere. Caused a good old pile up. Let's see how that happened here, folks. Here he goes. You can see just going for the move. Very ambitious stuff. Absolutely pinning the 66 into the wall. Cops it from behind as well. Every car coming through and causing an absolute pile-up. Wowee, folks. It's only the second caution, and they've done 29 laps. Only 10 to go. So I don't think we'll get up there near the record. The first time around, it was... how many did we have? We had 11 in the first feature race. That was 40 laps and 11 cautions. The record is 13 in a 40-lap race. In the old 100 lapper, it was a little bit more than that, but you'd expect to see that kind of thing in a 100-lap race. But we go racing one more time here. Tyler Worley out in front, and it's green light now. Here we go, and Braden Watson's been shuffled down to the back. This is a big move in the championship, folks. 12 laps to go. It might be Tyler Worley's day here to get back out on top of the championship and throw it into the face of the 93 car. Here's Reinerson now riding the high line, getting a little bit of help there from the 7 on the inside run. He goes through. Looks like we're slowing down again, though. Third caution is out on track. What's happened this time? Brian Keen's Kamagata. Let's see what's happened here in the 13 car. Up the inside of Kenny Nicholas and just gives him a shunt. Nothing too nefarious so far. And then, the 42 of Mason Watson. Turning him around a little bit. I'll tell you what, he's still going. No need to bring the safety car out for that. Kyle Alt in the chat says, may as well paint a 32 on it. And a pic of Scooby molesting a Shaggy on the hood. Braden Watson, yeah, absolutely. That was a big old wreck, that one. But Watson made his way up a couple of positions after that restart. He's sitting back there in P11 here at the moment. We'll keep an eye on him when we go racing again, because he'll be very cheekily looking for every cheap position he does. Look at that. Straight up the inside of the 132 off the restart. We're racing green again this time. And now he's got Moore in front of him. I'll tell you what, Moore's been a tough customer to get past throughout this nights of racing. So Braden Watson got his hands full here already. Up the front, it's Worley out to a nice little lead here to Dalton in the 7. Reinerson just chastaining it around the outside again. Jeez, he's hitting the wall more times than a marathon runner in the old 1987 Olympics. I'll tell you what, 1988 to be sure, that was in Seoul, Korea. A little bit of Olympic knowledge there, but we'll get back to the racing. It's Watson in, where is he? Down in P8. He's coming around the outside of the 8 now, and there's another caution, folks. It was off to a great start, this race, but now it's slowly turning into a caution fest. What in the Sam hell is going on here, says Johnny Brown. I know, where is Slam and Sambo? He's not in the field tonight. Sammy Marr's having the night off. Possibly a race ban from last weekend. Last weekend it was. Didn't have the best time out. Poor old Slam and Sambo. Tyler Worley resumes at the front of the field here. The Fury OR, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much, my friend. Good to have you in for the rest of this race. There's not much to go. They've run 33 laps currently. He's racing at the Wild Wild West shootout. Okay. The bigger fish to fry out there for Slam and Sambo. I'm sure we'll see him back next week. We're just about ready for a start. We are green light racing once more here at Eldora Speedway in the Crate Late models. And the 66 gets straight back out to business where he was before. Oh, Dalton Lane and Reinerson coming together there. Sparks flying between the 27 and the 25 and the 7. I'll tell you what, the 25 giving the hurry up as well. He'd be much suited to be on the other side of that 7 at the moment. That's where he wants to be. Looking for the low line now. Cuts it in front. The switchback is on. Dalton Lane goes, oh, thank you very much, mate. I'll have that position back again. So Reinerson back to the drawing board. How's he going to get around that 7? If he can at all. I'll tell you what, there's only 7 laps to go here in the feature race, and it's Worley out there to a lead. Where is Watson? He's made his way up to 6th position. Oh, Rhino's just absolutely binned him there. South African hunting style with the old Horno out the front. And there's Watson just chiming in on the scene as well. So Watson and Dalton Lane going into battle with Trent Dalton in the 2 on that low line. But Wally's out there in the lead. Rhino's up to P2. Lucas Hines up there in P3 having a much better time of it than he did in the UMPs, giving Blake Daniels something to look at as well here in P4 in the P5 in the P4 in the 5 machine. Getting my dyslexic numbers all mixed up. Here's Dalton Lane now in the 7, chasing these guys through. Oh, nice little move there from Daniels, and it was Hines. It was hitting the fence there as well, so that let him through, and it's going to let Dalton Lane through as well in the 7. So losing 2 positions there from one mistake. But here's the man on the comeback. 3 laps to go. He wants to be as high up as he can because every point counts in this championship, and he does not want to leave too much out there on the table for Wally to collect up and pop in his little bag of his little collection of championship points that he's got going on. So Watson looking for that low line now, just slotting himself in front of Trent Dalton. But Trent now just putting on the anchors, getting on the inside line and getting that position back as well. The 14 of Jacob Bland having a look, but we're on the final lap now, and Watson now is going to send it up the inside, but we're going to go to the leader because Wally has been unstoppable all night. He led for pretty much 99% of the first race, got pipped at the line. This time it's not going to happen to him. Rounds the final turn, rounds the checkered flag, takes P1. Rhino takes P2. Blake Daniels gets P3. Good points haul for him in the championship. Dalton Lane, Lucas Hines in 5th. Trent Dalton and Braden Watson down there in 7th position. So not a great points haul for him. He's going to give back a few to Wally in the championship standings. Jacob Bland makes P8. Then we've got Annette Moore in 9th. Regan Gum in 10th. Robert Rainey in 11th. Kane Bell in 12th. Then we've got Kendall Bennett 13th. Mason Rainey 14th. Kenny Nicholas down there in 15th. Oh, I've seen him do better than that. He'd be upset with that performance for sure. Brian Keane in 16th. 17th, Mason Watson. Andrew Wagner sees out the entire field. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the night's racing. There's your final standings here of the feature race this evening. Tyler Worley taking the points. Probably take the round win as well, but it was Watson that took P1 in the first feature, Wally P3, so clawing back a few in that final race. Beautiful racing action here from Eldora. But my name is Chris Munro here, up in the commentary gondola here for Sensational TV. Thank you all for tuning in. It's time for me to get the hell out of here and leave you all to the rest of your Sunday evening if you're tuning in from the US of A. Or if you're in the bottom half of the hemisphere down here in Australia, enjoy the rest of your Monday. I'm going to go clean the house, do some errands, maybe go shopping. It's too much information. No one gives a stuff what I do in my own time. So that's the end of the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Chris Munro. We are Sensational TV, and the motto is around here, especially in dirt racing, this holds true: keep it flat out.
Sensational TV YouTube channel. Don't fucking miss it.